Yeah, where you at? Rabbit, let go. Get ready, you rabbit, come. 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 It doesn't matter what you're going through. Leave your problems around the table. Real talk with real people. Hop in and put around. Get ready, you rabbit, come. Get ready, you rabbit, come. Get ready, you rabbit, come. Get ready.
Hop, hop. Now, in that order.
Yeah, where you at? Rabbit, let go. Get ready, you rabbit, come. 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 It doesn't matter what you're going through. Leave your problems around the table. Real talk with real people. Hop in and put around. Get ready, you rabbit, come. Get ready, you rabbit, come. Get ready, you rabbit, come. Get ready.
Hop, hop. Now, in that order.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Around the Table with Rabbit, broadcast live from Status Network in Atlanta, Georgia. We have a fabulous show for you today. We have a great showcase guest. Her name is Mrs. Mary Magee. She has had quite a challenging and accomplished life. We have great entertainment, our returning singer. Her name is Mo. You're always going to be enjoying her beautiful voice. But I can't wait for you to also be able to hear the story that Miss Mary Magee has to tell today. Let me just tell you a little snippet of what you have to look forward to. Now, Miss Mary Magee wrote this beautiful book about her life. It's called I'm Still Here. It's called I'm Still Here. And it's a heartbreaking true story about Mary Magee, a simple country girl born into a life of misfortune. Mistreated as a child, she never knew real love and in turn engaged in abusive relationships throughout the course of her life. You, again, get ready for a fabulous show as we introduce Miss Mary Magee, our showcase guest today, April 30th, 2021, from Around the Table with Rabbit. So get ready, because here comes Rabbit. Around the Table with Rabbit. Get ready, here he comes.
Yeah, where you at? Rabbit.
By Status Network here of Atlanta, Georgia. Yes, we're here again with the second episode of Around the Table with Rabbit. Real talk for real people. People that's where, guess what? We're here to motivate, to instill, and we're here to empower the lives of others. We're here to administer CPR and to resuscitate the living dead back to life. So, Around the Table with Rabbit is about healing, clarity, spirituality, and finding yourself from who you once were into where you are right now. So people, I would like to welcome y'all once again to my new talk show, Around the Table with Rabbit. Real talk to real people here in Atlanta, Georgia by Status Network. And so what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to turn this show right over to you in a few minutes here to the lady side. But look, we got a very good show for you today. We got Miss Mo Love in the house again. Once again, you saw Mo Love on the very first show, Around the Table with Rabbit. She brought you some soulful sounds, She had the heat going on, and then she released the stress. And guess what? We all deal with some stress, no matter who we are, with family, yourself, or just life in general. But guess what? People, we're here to release the stress. Again, we're about being positive with one another. So, and also we got Miss Mary Magee. Miss Mary Magee is by way of Hattiesburg, Mississippi, people. Hattiesburg, Mississippi. My hometown. Yes, Miss Mary Magee. I've been knowing Miss Mary for a long time. Her and her family, she's a wonderful lady, and I tell you, this lady have had a struggle of life. You know, we all go through some things, and everybody got a story. Everybody has a struggle. And somebody's struggle is worse than others. Then we think we just actually going through it. But once you sit down and just listen at the heartache, the hardship, the pain, the brutality, the mental, I mean, everything just makes you just want to lose your mind, and you're still remaining here by the grace of God and your faith and your perseverance, knowing that it's something better for you, and knowing that you was called to go through that. So therefore, it's not by mistake. That's why you was able to write the book. I'm still here. So ladies and gentlemen, we got Miss Mary Magee in the house tonight, all the way from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, with her book, I Am Still Here. And she's here tonight in the studio, people. Also, I will let you know on next month, we got a great show coming to you on next month. We're going to do a DMX show. I tell you, this is going to be one show that you do not want to miss. It is a must-see show. Yes, we're going to go deep, we're going to go live, we're going in depth. With DMX, you know DMX, he was a real guy. I mean, he loved what he did, and he loved his people. He was very spiritual, as we all know. He was definitely a praying man. So we're going to honor him, we're going to pay homage to him, we're going to acknowledge him, and we're just going to celebrate the life, the legacy of our homeboy, our parent, our friend, our entertainer, performer, rapper, whatever he was in your life. We're going to give it to him on the next show, which will be next month. So people get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Also, I'd like to pay homage and give attention to Bevy TV. That's right, Bevy TV, which is a network which I'm connected with as well, by Mr. Vincent Shank, 360 Market of Atlanta. He has a new network coming out very soon. People get ready for that, and he's got some things for you, and this is coming up in the very near future. So get ready for Mr. Vincent Shank, 360 Market of Atlanta. So we got some good current events going on in a few minutes here, but before we get into that, we're going to turn this thing over to my PA. And she's going to come and tell you a little bit about Around the Table with Rabbit and what Around the Table with Rabbit is about. And then after that, we're going to hear a little soulful song by Mo Love. That's right, Mo Love going to come to you, and she's going to break it down to you a little bit. Hey, she's going to give it to you. She's going to get all she got. So people get ready, get ready.
Jack, I don't see this on Status Network.
Stage right now, my PA, Miss Cece.
Greetings, love and light, good people. My name is Cecily, aka Cece, and I have the honor of being Rabbit's PA. Here at Around the Table with Rabbit, we collectively realize that mental illness is very real. And as a result, some people start participating in drugs, alcohol, and other abusive activities, which sometimes lead to suicidal thoughts, bad habits, and feelings as if no one cares. Although on this particular show we're not certified therapists, there is a lot of therapy happening. We as a family are talking around the table to bring awareness and to inform our people that we really do care and that we love y'all. Our mission is to save as many lives as we can by administering CPR, care, prayer, and resources to the living dead. And with that being said, please stay tuned to the realest but therapeutic TV show you'll probably ever experience. Watch how many lives that will be transformed by bringing hope alive again. You all, let's love each other, let's be informed, let's uplift each other, and be blessed on today.
Get ready, get ready. Here we are, Around the Table with Rabbit. I'm honored to be here. I'm Cece, Cecily, whatever you know me by. We're excited for Miss Mary to be here. I'm excited for Miss Mary to be here. I read her book personally, and it honestly, it touched me. It really did. It made me, it humbled me, made me feel like I should be grateful for what I haven't even, I haven't been here that long, but I've been through some things. We've all been through some things, but what this woman has been through, my God, she's beautiful, she's blessed, she's such a sweet spirit. So yeah, I hope you all stay tuned. I hope you all, are watching Mississippi, Chicago. I'm from Chicago. Hey, y'all. Atlanta, tune in. Tell your people to come on in around the table. Come in around the table. We need some more of y'all to come in around the table. Tell your story. Come and get inspired. To inspire somebody else, We gonna Miss Sai. Miss Sai, I've been. Your presence is requested.
So much, CC, for giving that shout out, and also extending an invitation for everyone to come on to Around the Table with Rabbit, and of course to tell your story. Everyone has a story to tell. Everyone has a story to share. We can all learn and inspire each other. And again, thank you so much, CC, for that great shout out of why you should come to Around the Table with Rabbit. And again, our very special showcase guest today is Mary Magee. And let me finish giving you a quick synopsis on her. She's really had a great challenging life, but she has truly, truly overcome everything and anything that you could imagine. But she is a very strong woman, totally blessed, totally focused, very determined. You have to be a determined woman for her to still be here. As the book states, I'm still here. Most of us wouldn't be here if we had endured every and anything that she has gone through. Again, she was mistreated as a child. She never knew real love and in turn engaged in abusive relationships throughout the course of her life. Family, friends, loved ones, it seemed that no one cared. Having no money, no education, nothing to call her own except the children she bore into the world, Mary found a way to utilize her experiences and resources to survive. Despite her seemingly never-ending path of deaths, financial ruin, violence, and spousal abuse, she stands encouraged to boldly state, I'm still here. Again, you've got to go online and purchase this book, I'm Still Here by Mary Magee. It is quite a testimony. And again, she says in here on the very first page, my name is Mary Magee. I am a survivor, and this is my story. Very interesting, the table of contents. You would really, really be inspired. If it doesn't inspire you, you can definitely forward the book on to someone else so they can enjoy such a great testimonial life experience and that could positively impact their lives. You will definitely be touched by this great heart-wrenching, true story by Mary Magee, our showcase guest here today, April 30th, 2021, on Around the Table with Rabbit. And at this time, we're going to slide on over and get ready for our hot topics. So again, get ready to enjoy the show with our showcase guest, Miss Mary Magee. We're going to have great entertainment by our Around the Table with Rabbit singer. Her name is Mo. So you're really going to enjoy this show today. And I just want you to really enjoy the book as you can. It's so well written that you can actually feel partially some of the experience and you can totally empathize with that which she's been through. So we're going to come now, and Mo is getting ready to come up and perform. She's going to and have you feeling so relaxed. You're going to enjoy hearing her beautiful voice as you can hear her soul-stirring, genuine, melodic tunes come through her body and exude through this TV online. You will be touched by her beautiful voice. So Mo, we are so glad you're back in the studio today. We're glad to have you here in our presence. We look forward to and having you to bless our studio audience. I know that her voice is going to uplift many. I know that it will. But again, I'm so touched by this book by Mrs. Mary Magee, I'm Still Here. I want to see if we have a moment or so where I can read part of it as far as, well, if anything, nothing but a table of contents. That right there will draw your interest. Babies and Cows, the first chapter. The 15-year-old bride, Back Home, My Little Men, Never Sober, Overlapping Men, From the Frying Pan to the Fire, Warning Comes Before Destruction, Just When I Thought Things Couldn't Get Worse, devastation, and thank God for change. So even those titles of each chapter are enticing and make you want to read the book. And it's a good, easy read, but it's an enjoyable read, but it's true. It's nonfiction. I love it. It's a true testimony. So get ready. So we're getting ready to have our performer Mo come on, and again, you will not be disappointed. Such a great, big, beautiful, powerful voice coming out of such a small body. So here we go, everybody. Get ready for Mo. Around the Table with Rabbit singer Mo. There she is. Yay, Mo.
We are young with a new mindset, also new views. We all be blind, that no looking back. All with creativity, are you feeling me? Can't be anything but young, wild, and free. This is revenge on the dreamers. We are home with our lucid dreams. Flies out this world, colors bright as can be. My eyes open, I see the unseen. Words so pure, elevating. Mind so open, it's levitating. I refuse to accept what is being offered. I am to exist, and it's what's far from the norm. We're young, yeah. We're young. Can you release me? Oh, my mind you're holding, body, mind, and soul, completely you're controlling. Can you release me? Oh, my heart you're here now. It's too late to slow down. Completely yes, yes, you do this to me. Oh, why can't you see? Completely under your stress, yes, underneath it all. No, I cannot fall. Don't you know I'm breaking, me shaking, so breaking. Oh, when you know you do this to me, babe, I don't understand why you're not my man. The way I confess to you, so I know you know that I'm so stressed. Yes, you do this to me. Oh, why can't you see? Completely under your stress. Yes, underneath it all. No, I cannot fold. Don't you know? We say my name, we play your games. You want me to play your part, you pulling me apart, and I just don't know why. You got me on the roller coaster, up and down, my heart please so still. Play me like I'm a game, and I just don't know why. You got me so stressed, yes, you do this to me. Oh, why can't you see? Completely under your stress, yes, underneath it all. No, I cannot fall. Don't you know I'm breaking, shaking, so breaking. Oh, when you know you do this to me, babe, I don't understand why you're not my man. The way I confess to you, so I know you know that I'm so. You're driving me insane, and I cannot explain. My heart is giving peace. You do this to me. Emotions off the chart. No safety for my heart. completely under your breath. Yes, underneath your hold, oh, I cannot fold. Don't you know I'm breaking, knees shaking, soul waking. Oh, when you know you do this so bad, I don't understand why I'm in the way I could see. So I know you know that I'm so yes, you do this for me. Oh, why can't you see completely under your stress? Yes, underneath your hold, no, I cannot fall. Don't you know I'm breaking, knees shaking, soul waking. Oh, when you know you do this to me, babe. I don't understand why you're not my man. The way I confess to you, so I know you know that I'm so stressed. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Again, you all can follow me on Instagram at I am Queen Momo. That is IAMQUEENMOMO. You can find my music on all platforms under the name Mo Love. That's MOLOVVE. Thank you all.
All right, that was fabulous, fabulous, Mo. Thank you so much. What did you think about that great performance? That was fabulous, and isn't he fabulous? Everyone, look at Rabbit.
Thank you.
Fabulous around the table with Rabbit. Love this outfit today. Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Mo Love is amazing.
Yes, she is. Yes,
she is totally amazing.
Yes, yes, she is.
We use that word amazing and fabulous a lot.
Yes,
of course you do.
yes,
Oprah Winfrey uses it as well, but she's amazing. I love her soulful sound, her delivery. I mean, she, Mo Love, she's an original. The music that you hear, she writes her and she does her own thing. The girl is BADDD.
Yes.
Bad, like Michael Jackson said, and bad to the bone. In that order. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Around the Table with Rabbit, real talk for real people. Always, as I always say, remember that this is the day
that the Lord has made.
And we're going to rejoice and do what?
Be glad in it.
And no matter what the enemy plan or his strategic move, plot, whatever he got going on to bring us down or to deter us, know that no weapon formed against us prosper. Because we are more than conquerors in Christ Jesus. Look at me, I'm a conqueror.
Yeah.
I come from crack to sit right here behind this table with Sayon and Miss Mary Magee, which y'all will see a little bit later on. Fabulous. More than a conqueror in Christ Jesus who loves us so. And the joy that I got, nobody out there gave it to me. Not even Ty. She do sometimes, but I'm just saying, unspeakable joy. Give us that unspeakable joy. The world didn't give it to you. Don't let the world take it away. That's true. Because if you do that, then guess what? You'll be living under the world and being depressed day by day in that order. That's not true. Rabbit hop hop.
That's true. That's so true. That is so true.
Also, let me give my shout out as usual.
Yes, yes.
Angela Keys, as always, Vivian Brevard, Regina Blakely, Clint Robles, Felicia Robles, Amanda Robles, all my followers, friend, Isaiah Mack, my homeboy, just moved back to Dallas. Congratulations on your new job, your new career.
Yes.
To God be the glory for that. To my mother, my cousin Laura Payton Ely, Bruce Tanskin and Savannah Tanskin, Charles Payton, and all my family, my brother Johnny and Lula, Patty Harris, Nawaz. I love you guys and everybody that follow me. Thank Frank Phillips, everybody. And to my celebrities, y'all already know. Wendy Williams, that's my girl. I got on boots tonight.
Uh-oh.
In that order.
I like those boots.
Shoe can for you, girl. Shoe can for you. Not taking the show, but shoe can for you. In that order. And also to Tamron Hall, I love you, my girl. You're an amazing, beautiful lady. And to Sister Circle. And also to Steve Harvey, Ellen DeGeneres, Oprah Winfrey. Oh my God, Tyler Perry, man. I just don't get enough of you. I even dreams about you, I promise. I mean, because I envision myself so much in the pattern and your walk and what you do for the people. And you do it because of the love of Christ. And you know what you went through with your mother. your family, your friends, and walking to school and seeing somebody that you needed help across the street that was going to your school to sell food, candy in order to make a living, and you helped that man. I thank you for that. Amen. For that, because it instills humility in people that like us, that need to see more people like you that come from the black race that can do such things like this, can own a plantation where there was one slave, and you not a black man that you say own your stuff. Round the table, rabbit, I'm gonna own it. I'm starting from the bottom, but I'm working my way to the top. And I give God the glory for everything that's going on in my life. Ain't no shame in that. Oh, that baby, you give him the glory. So say.
Yes, yes.
So how was your day, girl?
I had a really good day today, and to me, what makes it so much better is I kind of like forgot it was Friday, so that makes it even better.
Well, yesterday I thought yesterday was Friday.
Okay,
I kept telling myself, y'all, it seemed like Friday. I said, oh my, it's the day of the show. And then I came back now because I went to karaoke last night. So
wow, how was that?
I mean, that was Wednesday night. That was Wednesday night, so that reminded me that yesterday was Thursday.
So how was the karaoke? Did you sing?
No, I'll leave that to you. If I sing.
Well, karaoke doesn't matter if you can sing or not. It's just a matter of having fun.
I know that. I know that, but no, man. No, I barely sing in the shower.
Okay.
Because then if I get doing, I can't tell it. The water running if I'm crying.
I hear you. So you can't tell either one. I hear you.
And my people, how's everybody doing today? Well, I would like to tell y'all, we got some current events going on here tonight.
Yes.
But before I get in my current event, hey, we got some good stuff going on here. But I'm going to speak about my special guest that will be coming soon. Her name is Mary Magee.
Yes.
And people, Miss Mary Magee is by way of Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
And which is Hattiesburg is my hometown. Now, let me tell you, I told Miss Mary a long time ago when I had the vision of doing a talk show, and she was telling me her story, and as she was telling me her story, and her being a mother and understanding the pain that she went through, I said, Miss Mary, whenever I get my show going, I'm going to have you there.
Yes.
And people was really thought I was talking out my mind. Family, y'all too. But thought I was crazy. But you see it. Somebody said that they'll believe when they see it. So I told my mama, I said, tell them don't go to sleep, don't blink their eyes, because they just might miss it. But again, I told Miss, here I am. So I told Miss Mary, I said, I would get you on my show. And it took a few years. She did not hear from me for a while, and she gave me a book. And when I got this show, I thought of Miss Mary. Because like I said, everybody got a story to tell. You don't know the pain of somebody else until you sit down and listen to it and hear it. And then you realize you complain about what you're going through.
Right.
And you see the struggle, and you see the perseverance, and you see the life, and the believing in God, and that something has to be better than this right here. I told her I'd put you on my show. I know some people thought this show was going to be this way or that way, but this is a God show. A friend of mine told me, he said, don't forget about God. You know what I told them? I said, first of all, when God gives a baby to a parent, he specifically instructs us to give it back to him. To give it back to him.
That's true.
And then he said, raise that child in the way that you have to go, which in the way of the Lord. And then once you give it back to him, he said that child went out astray from you.
Right.
But and like I told him, I said, this show that you see me hosting, I said, every good and perfect gift come from God. I said, this show, I said, I gave it back to him. I said, so this God show, I'm just being the host. In that order. And I'm just being the host. This is God's show. He's going to anoint this the way he wanted to do it. Before I get on there, I said, I pray and ask God to take me out of self. And I ask him to take my guests out of self. And that he orchestrate this thing the way he wants to orchestrate. And he wants to deliver the message that he needs the people to hear. Because, again, this show is about healing, clarity, and finding yourself. And most of all, learn how to forgive. Because people, if you do not forgive, there's no way that you can enter the kingdom of heaven. I don't care what you do, who you are, how holy you are. If you don't go back to the throne of Christ and ask him for forgiveness, what you have done to others, there's no way that you can enter. He instructed Job to forgive his friends in order for him to release their blessings back. Right or wrong? So in order to get your blessing, you cannot hold grudges because you got your hands too closed, and God got blessings that he want to pour in your hand because he said he'll open up the windows of heaven to pour out your blessing. You cannot have room enough to receive blessings just falling in with. It was you. Lord, oh, just trying to get things out your way because it's blessing. Then you're going crazy because the blessing. How you obtain these blessings? By sowing into the kingdom of heaven and giving everything to God in that order. So people, let's
Yes.
let's talk about the verdict.
Okay.
I'm sure everybody saw the verdict with Derek Chauvin, Chauvin, whatever his name is. It doesn't matter. They know what I'm talking about. When he kneeled his knee on George Floyd, and when he was kneeling, he was not kneeling to pray.
No.
But in the midst of the kneeling, George Floyd was praying. Please, I cannot breathe. Get up off of me. That was a story, people. And the reason why I'm going to do highlights on this is because back in Mississippi, for one, from in Hattiesburg, Mississippi in 2006. I mean, I'm sorry, 2005. August 2005, which everybody knows that August is a very, very hot month. Yes, I was committing a crime. I own my stuff. That's why I'm here, because I'm keeping it real. Yes, I was out there taking stuff because I was on crack. But, you know, and yes, I was wrong, and I don't mind owning up to what I do. If they catch me, you catch me, but don't put your hands on me. Your job is to serve and to protect. If I'm in the wrong, you are to detain me and to read me my rights. Back in 2005, August, people, I was at Turtle Creek Mall in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Yes, I was shoplifting because I was an addict. That's who I was once then. And in the midst of doing that, yes, I got the supervisor in the store asked me to leave the premises. And I am not gonna lie to you, I had stuff all underneath my clothes and bags and everything, but he asked me to leave, and I followed the instructions. But however, another lady called security, they came out, and the security that worked for dealer's department store, he was a detective for Hattiesburg Police Department. Okay, and so once he come out the store, I was walking on going by my business. He said, hey, and I just kept on walking. So he ran behind me, and then when he ran, he came and grabbed me from the behind. And when he grabbed me, he hit me. When he hit me, I hit him back. You know, I hit him back. I'm not your child. Your job is to introduce who you are and tell me what you're stopping me for, and whatever, you know, goes on behind that he did not do. So, however, after that happened, people, we got into a little struggle. And he had some mace that were placed on this little security belt there. And as in the midst of the struggle, the officer, when he grabbed me, I hit him and I grabbed him in his groins. I most certainly did. I grabbed him in his groins because I'm trying to defend myself. And then even though I'm doing wrong, I'm thinking I'm doing right, you know, but I'm thinking I'm doing right because I want to get away with this, with these folks' merchandise, go get high. I want to go get high. He was doing his job, but he did it incorrectly. In the midst of that, he taken me and he slammed my face into the concrete pavement, people. Which in result to breaking my zygomatic arch here in 3 different places, which I do have my medical report, which I will show y'all this a little bit later to show y'all this. And in the midst of that, they sprayed me with mace multiple of times after breaking my zygomatic arch. So now my face blew up and blood began to gush out of my face and out of my nose. You thought I would have been the Elephant Man. And after that, I tried to grab the mace to spray the man, but he continued to beat me. So by this time, other units, other officers, and mall security came to assist him. They began to beat me, so beat me, what have you. And then by this time, they're taking me and put me in a unit. And so after, I guess, they were discussing whatever they had done to me, how they're going to explain what they did to me, the disfigurement and how my face, I mean, what they had done to me. I don't know. I guess they were trying to figure it out. But however, while I was in the back seat of the unit, it was so hot. And mind you, I said earlier that August is the hottest month of the year. Mind you, they sprayed me with mace multiple times. So I got lacerations in my face. I got a broken zygomatic arch here in 3 different places. And then I got blood running out my nose. And then I suffered from a respiratory disorder. Imagine that. Imagine that. So while I was in the unit, people, it was getting hot. and I was not able to breathe. My oxygen level was going low. So I began to scream. I did the same thing as George Floyd did. I screamed. And so as I began to scream, one of the officers ran to the unit. He asked me what was my effing problem. And I replied, I said, sir, I cannot breathe. Can you please give me some air? And his response was nothing but turn the heater on me. And after that, he left the unit and went back to the group of the officers and mall security. And about 10 seconds later or so, the heat began to get so intense. I'm talking about my breathing was like, my level, I mean, it was going down. I was like praying to God. I was calling my dead auntie, Aunt Daisy. I mean, I feel like I saw my life flash before my eyes, and I began to holler, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. And they ran back to the car, all of them. So some that say, lay on your back and kick the window. And I laid on my back and I kicked the window of their unit to get their attention. Not to break the window because I would have gotten an assault charge on the police car. But I knew that it would have gotten their attention, and which it did. When they ran to the car, it had to be nobody but the grace of God and the power of God that was on me, because I was in handcuffed, people. I was in the back of a unit. We got several officers and detectives there, and I bailed out of that police unit with the force of an army of 10,000. And as I bailed out, I fell to the concrete again. I began to kick. I began to kick. I began to spit everything I could do to keep them off me, and I was able to breathe. Once I bailed out that car, my oxygen began to come back. I was able to breathe. They taken me to the hospital, Forest General Hospital, and I told them that y'all will hear from me again. Now, people, mind you, I went to jail, I served my time, and I'm going somewhere with this story, Derek, Mr. Nealer. I'm going somewhere with this. I served my time. Every time I convicted of a crime, I went to jail and I served my time. The Bible says, if any man convict a crime against the law, and if he is found guilty by the court, he is to go and serve every mite. That's the every mite of his time. I did that. But while I was there, God sent me to college. Again, when I was at the hospital, I said, y'all will hear from me again. No attorney in Mississippi will not accept my case because all of them works together with the system. They talk about justice and Black Lives Matter. And when no one would accept, even people that lawyers that I know, and I'm well known in Mississippi by the legal system, very well known by the police, I mean, from the detectives and judge, but nobody would take my case. I even called and asked for advice, but nobody would take my case. But however, I sued them, but they settled with me. And so when they settled with me, that means there is an act of what? Guilt? That's right.
Yeah.
Is that an act of guilt?
Yes, right. To me it is. Whenever they settle.
If they settle, you know, because they don't want, you know, and that's an act of guilt, right? So they settled with me. When I was in that jail and this lady, the officer, the jailer, her name was Miss Kathy, she walked in, she saw me, she said, Rabbit, is that you? She started crying herself. Said, who did that to you? HPD, Hattiesburg police officer.
Jesus.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, people, is police brutality has been going on for a while, and nobody never heard my story. It never got out there. So after I moved here to Atlanta and spoke with the NAACP, and after hearing about the George Floyd and watching it on TV, oh my God, I'm gonna go into that in a minute. I spoke with the NAACP and they instructed me to try and go back and get my mug shots from the jail. People, I called the jailhouse in Lamar County, and I told them who I was. Now, you know, when you go to jail, they got every bit of information. They can go to Hawaii and find you Timbuktu if they want to. And I told them who I was, that I was a former inmate there, and that I want to retrieve my mugshot documents. They go to the computer and they look. They said, "Sir, you ain't never been in this jail before. We have no documents. You know where?" And I say, "Yes, I have been in this jail." I said, "I know I've been in this jail here." I said, "I've been at least 8 times. I know." And to mention I was a trustee, how could I not be in y'all database?
And they didn't find anything.
They couldn't find nothing, even as we speak. So now,
amazing.
what I'm saying is, if I get in trouble now, if I go somewhere and get in trouble, if they run an NCIC on me, that means my record is clear. I'm a new criminal, you would think. But anyway, people, I want to move on with this here. David, Derek.
I don't want us to run out of time.
Yeah.
Is Mo gonna come back and sing?
Yeah, in a few minutes.
Ooh, see,
but I want to get on this Derek thing with him right quick. We still got time. I want to get on this Derek thing, but Derek Siobhan, during the trial, Derek, Jack, during the trial of Derek Siobhan, the very first flick they showed of him is when he had his knee on George Floyd's neck.
Remember people? That?
Yeah, and remember, people, I told y'all that I screamed the same thing, that I can breathe. Take a look at the screen, people.
Ooh, I don't like to see it on.
Look at that. Look at that. And look at this man. Look at his face. I ain't talking about the face in the courtroom right now, but when he had his knee on this man's neck, not even thinking about what the consequences are. And can you imagine the thoughts of who that man, I mean, the N-word, and I mean, the hatred that was going through this man's mind that kept this man until he could not able to breathe. They couldn't find a pulse. And then he gets in the back of the police unit. He said, "I am claustrophobic. I cannot breathe." The same thing, I began to scream and yell, "I cannot breathe." So my thing is this, people. One night when I saw this flick, I woke up the next morning and I was gasping for breath. I had a PTSD instantly. I went back to that moment when I was in the back seat of that police unit, when they had that unit engulfed with mace and heat and the heater and the temperature it was horrifying. And I just wanted to bring this to the attention of the people, that this has been going on, but nobody never heard my story until now. Until now. Right now, yes, this happened to me. And I want to let y'all know, when he put them handcuffs on George Floyd, after all the way, oh my God, could you imagine? It's hard to imagine. But anyway, what I want to say, people, is this right here. Derek, can I get that picture back, Jack? Yeah. I got one thing that I want to say to you, sir. That you knew what you were doing when you did what you did. But because you thought of who you were, not who you are, but who you were, not thinking of the consequences that were going to become behind this. Do you not know there was other murders dealing with other black people being killed by police officers? And you think that you was going to get away with that one, and you on live national TV? Even when your own kind of go, look at you. From the time when you had your knee on that man's neck, and look at your face in that courtroom now. You got everything that you deserve. And guess what? We are people of God, but justice must be served. Justice must be served. You got everything that you want to know the truth, you need a little bit more. You need just a little bit more. Because every time that I committed a crime, they locked me up. And if you would have saw me, you would have done the same thing. Do we forgive you? Yes. Yes. I might not be a family member, a biological member of the family, but I am a member of them because we are people of color. And we are we are family in Christ. Search yourself and do not drop the soap. and cover your cornbread. In that order. So people, now I want to get ready to bring the highlight of the show tonight.
Yes.
Sorry, you had been writing about this book. We have been talking about this book.
Because I want to hear her story and I don't want us to run out of time.
And you know, my friend girl, Miss Magee Pennis. Hello, Magee. Magee, she's in Greensboro, North Carolina. She gave you a big shout out today. Yeah, did you see it? Did you see it? Okay, she gave her a big shout out today on Facebook Live. On Facebook Live, you know, Magee, she has her own show called Empire 45 Magazine. People,
excellent.
Yeah, you know, we spoke about her before.
Yes, I mean you told me.
Yeah, you can catch Magee every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday. Facebook Live, Empire 45. This girl, she's got it going on, and she's about black-owned business, Black Wall Street. She about her black people. She's cool, and then people, she got her own fragrance, her own butter, and own lotion, her own little girly type stuff that she's making now.
I love that.
Yeah, she's got it going on.
Quite an entrepreneur.
And we're gonna get her here on the show sometime soon. Yeah, she been saying, she's ready to come. She excited. Her and her super producer. Thank you, Magee, and I love you. Thank you for the shout outs. So people, we're gonna bring Miss Monique back to the stage, and after Miss Monique, you're gonna see the lovely, the survivor.
Yes.
Beyonce them said, I am a survivor. A survivor. She'll be up in a few minutes. Miss Mary Magee, all the way from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Yeah, she's gonna come and tell you her story about how she made it through, and she's still here, and she's still alive, and looking absolutely what? Fabulous.
You know that's my favorite.
All right, people, if we get ready, hey.
Come on, Mo.
We get ready for Monique.
Yes.
Monique, are you ready? Yes. Also, people, I want to let you know again, next month, coming to you around the table with the rabbit, we're going to do a DMX show.
What's happening next month?
Oh, we're going to do DMX.
DMX.
Yeah, the rapper DMX. The rapper.
Okay, we're ready for Mo now. Okay. Come on, Mo.
All right, people, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Put your hands together, ladies. Monique, Mo Love.
Creativity, are you feeling me? Can't be anything but young, wild, and free. This is revenge of the dreamers. We are home with all lucid dreams. Flies out this world, colors bright as can be. My eyes open, I see the unseen. Words so pure, elevating. Mind so open, it's levitating. I refuse to accept what is being offered. I am my own to exist, then it's what's far from the norm. We're young, yeah. We're young, yeah.
Again, thank you all. My name is Mo Love. You can follow me on Instagram at IamQueenMomo. That's IamQueen. You can follow us on YouTube everywhere on all platforms under the name Mo Love. That's MOLOV.
We gon' start down in a fair one, stuntin' on bitches. Might call back when you beat it, stuntin' on bitches. Why they go mad? I don't need that. Stuntin' on bitches, stuntin' on bitches, stuntin' on bitches, sure. Stuntin' on bitches, stuntin' on bitches, sure. Why they go mad? I don't need that. Stuntin' on bitches.
Can you release me? Oh my mind, you're holding body, mind.
I don't want to say technical difficulty because, again, all things come to those who wait, and everything worth waiting for is always going to be a great, great treat. So we are preparing we're ready to hear Mo, but again, don't want you to forget our main showcase guest today is Miss Mary Magee, who wrote the book about the challenges she has overcome, and it's called I'm Still Here. She has gone through a lot of challenges, but she has persevered and she has come out on top. She's had her children, they have lived in a lived in their car. They were homeless, but she was still standing. She chose to keep going. She chose to still provide for her children to the best of her ability, which is what all mothers mothers and fathers and guardians, those who really want to be there for their children, to do the best that we can do. And sometimes doing and being the best that we can for our children doesn't include that we have a place to stay.
Right.
It doesn't include that we have clothes to give our children.
Exactly.
It doesn't include that we even have food to put in their mouths, because of circumstances and situations and trials and tribulations that we all have been through. Again, sometimes being the best parent that you can be, sometimes being is just to give your child the love as you're in the shelter together. To love your child with all the love that you can give them as you sit in the car and be
that's the thing
homeless.
about being a mother.
Yes,
And I speak
yes.
very highly about the love of a mother. And some kids do not know what it feels like to have the love of a mother.
Exactly.
Or a mother love.
Right. And it doesn't have to necessarily be your biological mother, but just someone who loved you like a mother. And sometimes it's a female and sometimes it's a male. But that real, genuine motherly love, it truly is unconditional.
That's right.
It truly is unconditional. Do they have faults? Of course we have faults. Have they made mistakes? Of course they made mistakes. But you know what, to me, that really sets them apart? Is they stand by their kids, even though that means they're homeless. They're always there. They're not giving them up in a shelter. They may be taken away, but the point is, they never gave them up.
Exactly.
They still did what they could do, working at McDonald's, standing on the corner, begging for money. That's, to me, a true parent. Is you do whatever you can to survive, to feed and clothe your children. And sometimes it's not enough to even accomplish that.
And to do what you was instructed by God, most importantly.
Yes, exactly.
Most importantly, that's a mother do what they are instructed by the word of God, like I said earlier. A real mother will go through and do what Miss Mary, again, which y'all will see a little bit later on.
The best that she could do.
That is the love of a mother.
Now, is Mo able to come back on or not? Okay, so let's get ready for Mo now, so we can go ahead and
is Mo
hear that
getting ready to
beautiful
bring it
tune.
on to us
Because
again?
I want to hear Mo and I want to hear Miss Mary. I sure do. Hop, hop, in that order.
In that what?
So we
Hop,
get ready
hop.
for
In
Mo.
that order,
She's gonna
people,
come
that's
out
right.
here with a
Around the
great
table,
tune.
rapid, real talk for real
So here
people.
she comes.
Coming to you live all the way from ATL.
Atlanta,
where
Georgia,
stars
Status
are made
Network.
when you come from nothing to something. In that order, to my boy Tyler Perry. Thank you.
And thank you to our
Oprah.
studio
Thank
audience.
you. Oh, they go
for all of
motion
them
back
being
live.
here. Okay, here she comes, everybody.
All right, I got it. I'm gonna hold it right there.
Can you release me? Oh my mind, you're holding body, mind, and soul, and completely you're controlling. Can you release me? Oh my heart, you're here now. It's too late to slow down. Completely overloading. Stress, yes, you do this to me. Oh, why can't you see? Completely under your stress, yes. Underneath your hold, oh, I cannot fold. Don't you know? Heart breaking, knee shaking, soul quaking. Oh, when you know you do this to me, babe. I don't understand why you're not my man. The way I confess to you, so I know you know that I'm so stressed. Yes, you do this to me. Oh, why can't you see? Completely under your stress. Yes, underneath your hold. Oh, I cannot fold. Don't you know? The way you say my name, the way you play your games. You want me to play your part, you pulling me apart. And I just don't know why. You got me on a roller coaster, up and down my heart, please hold still. Playing me like I'm a game, and I just don't know why. You got me so stressed, yes. You do this to me. Oh, why can't you see? Completely under your stress, yes. Underneath your hold, oh, I cannot fold. Don't you know? heartbreaking, knee shaking, soul quaking. Oh, when you know you do this to me, babe, I don't understand why you're not my man. The way I confess to you, so I know you know that I'm so. You're driving me insane, and I cannot explain. My heart skipping beats. You do this to me. Emotions off the chart. No safety for my heart. Be careful with me, please. Why can't you see? You got me. Stress, yes. You do this to me. Oh, why can't you see? Completely under your stress, yes. Underneath your hold, oh, I cannot fold. Don't you know? Heartbreaking, knee shaking, soul quaking. Oh, when you know you do this to me, babe, I don't understand why you're not my man. The way I confess to you, so I know you know that I'm so stressed. Yes, you do this to me. Oh, why can't you see? Completely under your stress. Yes, underneath your hold. No, I cannot hold. Don't you know? Breaking,
Yes.
shaking, so quaking. Oh, when you know you do this to me, babe, I don't understand why you're not my man. The way I confess to you, so I know you know that I'm so stressed. Yes.
All right.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all. This song, that song
Welcome
will
back,
actually
everybody.
be released
Wasn't that a
on May 30th
soulful,
on all
powerful-
platforms, so make sure you check it out. Under CSR, Control Stress Release, Mo Love, MOLOVVE. Thank y'all. My Instagram is I am Queen Momo. That's IAMQUEENMOMO. Thank y'all.
All right.
Welcome back, everybody. Wasn't that a powerful, soulful performance by No Love?
Yes.
What you think about that girl?
I think she's fabulous. I love her deep sounding, soul
She just
stirring
give,
voice.
She just give you a variety. You
she
don't know if she
sings
sound
with
like Toni
feelings.
Braxton or Anita Baker. Or,
Yes.
I mean, she
I
just
love her.
had that. She just transcends.
She
Now, I
sounds
just love
fabulous.
on Mo Love people. Mo Love will be coming back on the next show next month with the Round the Table with Rabbit. Also, we're gonna have a rapper that's gonna be here again. We'll be doing the show on DMX next month.
Oh, I love that DMX. I can't believe he passed.
Everybody doesn't heard about it, so excited. Even my producer, like, what?
That's gonna
then
be a
you
great
already
show
know the
as well.
format of it, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
it's gonna be
yes.
great. People get ready. Y'all gonna love the tempo.
Yes.
Now, for the moment that you've been waiting for,
Yes,
of course,
'cause
I've
I
been
want to
waiting
hear it
for,
all.
and Majik been waiting for, and everybody
Yes.
else that's been waiting on tonight. We getting ready to bring up our very special guest people, Miss Mary Magee. Miss Mary Magee is a native from Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Yes.
She's from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and Miss Mary has been through a turmoil of time in her life.
Yes.
She has been. Some people say pillar to post. After you read this book, there's no pillar to post. I mean, it's been like hell and hot water and some more and a repeat. But guess what? She bounced.
Yes.
It's something that God had been put in this woman. When we talk about strength and the prayers of a fervent person
Yes. Yes.
availeth much.
Yes.
The prayers of a righteous availeth much.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Even as a child, people, she was going through some things that she knew was not right.
Right.
Even though she was being forced by parents, she knew was not right.
Right.
She even ran because she knew it was not right. But even though she had to go through and had to just bow down sometimes, But she knew that God had a plan, because when I say when God had give this woman some strength, wisdom, knowledge, power, this book is power.
I'm still here.
I'm still here. When she come and tell y'all a story, you're going to say, how in the hell she still here? You're going to say, ain't no way. So a lot of us would have thrown in the towel. I know some that throw. I don't know what I'm going to do. And you know something, Si? That's one thing I hate about a person that say they believe in God and they pray to God and knowing that God going to do all they say going to do for them, going to supply all their needs. And then a bill, a light bill or something come out. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. What you going to do? He already know what you need.
Right. That's true.
He said, pray and ask. The birds live.
Right.
They just chirp and live. Right. So people, Miss Mary is still living. She been chirping, and she's still chirping, and she's here tonight in Atlanta, Georgia, all the way from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. People, welcome to Around the Table with Rabbit, my second show. So this show going to history. Miss Mary Magee. Hello, Miss Mary. How you doing?
How you doing?
Can you hear? Jack, can you hear
me?
Okay, Miss Mary, how you doing?
Fine.
I see you done finally made your journey to Atlanta, Georgia, huh?
Yes, by the help of the Lord.
Yes, but all by His grace. And I mean by the help of the Lord, that mean all from the beginning.
To the end.
All the way to now. And until the end, because you ain't gave up yet.
That's right. I ain't giving up.
You walking and you're persevering.
That's right.
Trusting and believing.
Always believe.
Knowing that there is somebody that's higher than anybody else that can make anything happen that people say is impossible.
That's
Well,
right.
I wanted
Everything
to,
is
I
possible.
cut you off, but we
Yeah,
need
go
to get
ahead.
to the point. Okay, so my thing is with Miss, because we don't have that much time. Miss Mary Magee, your book, I'm Still Here. What made you want to write the book? What inspired you? And how long did it take you to write the book? And what did it do to you after you wrote the book? How did you feel?
It took me, I started back in 2005, and every time I write it, got it done, it's something come up, I never could get it done. And then I tried it again, and then Hurricane Katrina came and destroyed out everything, and then I started back again. So I got it published like 2014.
Okay.
And one day I was just sitting down and I said, I'm gonna write a book about my life, all what I've been through.
And what made you want to do that, though?
Because of the things I went through in my life, and like, you know, I felt like wasn't nobody there. My parents, they like.
And then it
everybody
was not
turned their
appropriate.
back on me.
And then it was not appropriate for a child.
Yeah.
And I noticed in your first chapter, your book, it said babies and cows.
Yes.
I was reading when I was reading that you was on the back of the wagon
Yes.
while your family out there was working,
Yes.
and then you fell asleep.
Yes, I did.
And then you got on the back of the wagon, and then you got up.
Yes.
Daddy and I always down there doing whatever was working, right? And
That's
you
right.
vented off to somewhere else.
I went off in the field where the cows was.
Well, the cows was. Now, Daddy thought the cows was stampede you,
Yeah.
which you said you thought he was thought they would stampede you, not stampede. You know what that means?
Yeah, that's right.
And but you would say the cow was calm.
They were. They
didn't
come.
bother
I was
you.
in there, yeah, little girl walking around in a pile of cows, and then I end up milking those cows. The same
Milking the
cow.
same cow, and I read that you said the same cow. You said you became the mother to your siblings
That's
per
right.
se.
Now I did that too. I had to take care of. It was 16 of us. I had to take care of 15 of them.
And why is it that you had to take care of them? Explain us that.
My mama young worked at the chicken plant,
Okay.
and
you were the oldest,
I was
right?
the oldest.
She was the
Okay,
oldest, yeah.
okay.
And
Her and the brother.
I had to stay home. Yeah, another one of my brothers, which one is dead. He deceased.
So while your parents were working, what, 12, 18 hours a day, you were
Yes.
kind of in charge then? Okay.
Yes, I had to take care of the kids. I had to cook food for them. I had to wash.
Oh, wow.
And
They really
we
entrusted
had
you.
to
That's
talk.
a
And then speaking on your chores that you're speaking on now, I read in your book, I'm just speaking on your chores, that if you didn't get things done get your quota done, you would be beaten.
I would be beat.
You would be beaten. Out everybody,
I
you would be
beat.
beat. And then even when y'all went to the cotton field, was that you said that was your worst? You hated that.
I did.
You know, and then you had the difference going to the well to get the water to wash clothes and the water drink. Explain that to your viewers.
Okay, I had to go to the well. We had to go to the well to tote water, and we didn't have water, a well at our home. So we had to go to somewhere else to get the
In the
water.
lake. Yeah.
And one night, we couldn't get out of that chores doing me and my brother. So we went and we stayed around, dragging around by bringing the water back. So my father gonna get out and put a sheet on the scarers. So we dropped the water and we ran to someone else's
Well,
house.
I want to ask you, when y'all dropped the water and when he finally made contact with y'all, did he beat you because you dropped the water after he scared y'all?
He did, but it was the next
And
day.
he beat you at the
Right, it was the next day when he found us. We was at somebody else's house sleeping, and he whipped us, and he made us go back out again in the night in the woods to get ladder stumps.
Right.
And to make a fire.
Right.
And when we went out to get the pine stump, they nailed the doors up so we couldn't get in. Me and my brother.
And y'all had to sleep in the woods.
Yeah, we had to sleep out in the woods, and they looked for us at night with ladder lights.
Right.
And so when we got home that next day, we always get a whooping about whatever that they didn't like. We got beaten.
It was just, I mean, that thing was just about beating anyway. That back in the day, I guess that was that way I feel as though discipline sparing the rod. But see, the Bible speaks on sparing the rod, but spare the rod when you need sparing the rod, not just because you are in control or you're in charge. You're my child. You do as I say. No. But see, when you do that, it's abusing and it's mentally, it mentally, emotionally affect the child. Even in the adulthood, because you still have flashbacks to that, right?
Yes, I do. I do now. But like you say, people don't understand.
Put your mic up.
People don't understand, what I went through.
Right.
And I.
Well, but tell us today, because we want to give a shout out to Chantel Aticio and Laura Payton Ely for watching.
Laura from my cousin.
So we appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching, because they really want to hear from you. So what do you want them to? What do you want the audience, the Around the Table with Rabbit audience members today to know about you? What do you want them to walk away with today? What do you want to say?
Well, what you got out of everything, as far as your healing and your clarity and your understanding and knowing who you are, and and who you are with raising your children.
Yeah, I had a hard time raising my children, and I always tell women, men, girls, don't jump into everything that you see. You have to shop around.
And keep looking at this camera right here. That's the audience.
You all have to shop around. Now, that's just like if you go out to buy a car, you have to test it out.
Right there.
'Cause if you don't, you get it, and then you don't want it. That's what it about the overlap means in my book. You jump into one and think it's better than the other one.
Right. Sometimes you jump out of the skillet and into the
To
frying pan.
That's right.
I mean, you may as well have stayed where you were instead of going to somewhere
That's
worse.
right.
Which usually happens when we don't really investigate to see what we're getting off into.
That's right.
It looks a little good and we just jump, but we don't really know what we're getting
That's
off
right.
into.
Don't even know
We've
what
all
you got
made that
into.
mistake, believe me.
Well, Miss Mary, I want to kind of reflect back on something that's, because I really want to go back into your younger, because the struggle. I mean, the most part of your younger is your struggle begins and your journey began when you was a child.
That's right. When I was like 12
Right.
years old.
So now your dad was a preacher. Am I correct?
That's right.
And you said he was a good preacher.
Yeah.
Did you believe it? Do you think, it was your daddy, but do you think he was a righteous preacher? I mean, after all the things and all the pain that he mentally, emotionally, and physically that he inflicted on you, do you really think he was a man of God, or do you think he was just a man that wanted to be in control, even of the church?
He was a good preacher, but there are things that he done wrong. He done wrong to me.
But okay, being a good preacher, being a good preacher, we can all get behind the pulpit and hoop and holler and make it sound good and bring them in. But knowing the word of God and delivering the word by truth, the truth of God, and because if your dad, and we all deliver what's right, and not
That's
around
right.
the table is rabbit, real
That's
talk,
right.
real
That's
people.
real talk.
If you do what you did, you're not a righteous man of God.
That's
He
right.
said, do
You
spare the
right.
rob, but no, do not abuse. And that's the same thing dealing with what the police doing. We are beating each other. We're to protect.
That's right. Yeah, I said that, he did a lot of wrong things, but he hid it. You can't hide nothing.
Nothing.
Because what's done in the dark gonna come
Will
to
come
a
to the
light.
light.
But they sleeping, in the grave right now. But I'm not sitting here to lie on them that they was wrong.
Right.
It's wrong. It's wrong about a lot of things. Me and my kids, we had to live in the woods in a car for 6 months.
And this is what I want to
I
do.
had to dig a hole in the ground to feed my kids, but I never left my kids. And my parents had my kids taken away from me, put in the foster home because of money. They see money in the muddy water hole. I'm just going to tell it like it is. And I was very mistreated. And the guy that I was with that shot me the 5 times, stabbed me the 3 times.
Okay, the guy that shot you 5 times, was y'all in an intimate relationship?
Yes, I was in a relationship.
You see the father of any of your kids?
I was in a relationship with him for like 14 years.
Oh.
I had 2 kids by him, 2 boys, which was, they both dead now. And he started beating on me. I couldn't leave him because he would threaten me. He threatened me. If I leave,
One of them kinds, if you leave, I'll kill you.
he'll kill one of my kids. He'll
Oh,
kill my
and
baby.
he wind up doing that.
Yes, he
Yeah.
wind up
Yeah, I read that.
Out of all the beating I took, he still killed that baby. 8-year-old, shot him in the head and killed him. But I also
And you
ran-
still here, and you're mentally
Yes.
sane. You're mentally sane.
Yeah,
Keep
that's
going.
why, title my book out that I'm still here, because he ran over me with a car, broke my leg off. I was holding it in my arm. I had to wear a body cast for a year. He stuck cigarettes to me. He burnt
But do
me
you
with-
want to explain this though? So I mean, like, give examples of, he would just burn me with cigarettes because while we were
And-
doing
and
this,
the
he
moment.
broke my leg because of, explain those for us so we can see that picture.
Yeah, you give us a visual.
Right, a visualization of it.
Okay, with the running over me with the car breaking my leg. I explained, he told me to come, let's go riding. And his mama was in the mental hospital. And he wanted me to go, but I went with him. I didn't want to go, but he told me to come. And then when I went, he wasn't going there. He took me way back off in the woods. So I asked him, where we going? And he said, you don't worry about it. He said, everything I done to you was a mistake that time.
It was a what?
A mistake.
A mistake.
How was it a mistake?
Because every time he tried to kill me, he couldn't do it because I always told him, God ain't ready for me yet.
That's right. That's right.
I said, no matter what you do.
And
he's
again,
not
as I
ready.
said a while ago, you were called for this purpose, Miss Mary. Your story, your life, hold that thought, your struggle, everything, things don't work in our time, it's all in God's time.
That's right.
And this is your time for it to come out. Sometimes we be in such a rush to do things, even as well as myself. But when God time, and when it's time for your time to shine, which is one of my things, when it's your time to shine, He gonna let you be seen, He gonna let you be heard. And your book will bring resources in your pocket. Go ahead.
That's right, and I thank God for that too. And with the question you asked me about, to explain about
Right,
To
like
get your
how,
village as how it was.
what happened what happened that you end up almost, getting your leg damaged? I mean, help us understand what was going on in that moment when your leg.
Like I said, I was in the car with him. He asked me to go to the hospital with Mom, but he didn't go. We didn't go. We went off in the woods, and he started threatening me. So I said, "Stop! Let me out." I had my baby in the car with me. He was 4-year-old, and I said, "Let me out." He stopped, and I got out the car. And when I got out the car, I heard the gas, and I turned around. My back was turned. I turned around to face and the way the car was coming, and the car hit me, knocked me up in the air, and I slid back down on the hood, and I fell on the ground, and the car kind of went over me. And then I got up. I was gonna run, but my leg fell off.
Oh, wow.
And when it fell off, it wasn't nothing but the skin.
Oh,
and
wow.
I started rolling, my leg was flopping, and I rolled up on the fence, and he got on top of me, and he started cutting my throat with a scrape razor.
Wow.
Put your mic up.
I mean, like slashes or like me.
He starts
I
scrape
see
razor.
the
He said, "I'm gonna
stars
show
of
you
it
what
from-
I'm gonna show you what a
from
razor blade is."
distance, yes.
He started cutting my throat with a scrape razor. That's the razor with the slick
With the
end on
slit,
one
yes,
side.
and you know,
And
and
he
your
sit on-
jugular, your main artery, your jugular is there.
He sit on top of me. He said, "I'm gonna kill you," and I told him, "You done ran over my leg. I broke, so you go ahead." I turned my head, but my baby was in the car and he was in shock. Rodriguez, the one that's the one that's passed
We're gonna
last
speak
year.
about him later on.
Okay. And then he was just screaming. And he told me, "If you tell somebody, I'm going to kill you now." And I begged him. He said, "If you tell somebody, I'm going to go kill the baby." I said, "The baby 4-year-old, he can tell." He said, "No, I'm going to go up there and kill him too." And I begged him. I begged him and begged him, "Please take me to the hospital. Don't kill my baby." I said, "I promise you, I won't tell nobody." I don't like to lie. You have to tell.
So you kept it a secret
I
just
kept
for the
lying.
sake of your
Yes,
baby.
yes,
And you had to really convince him.
That's right. I kept on lying about it. I kept telling people. So when I got to the doctor said, "What happened to you?" I said, "I can't tell you that." He said, "Tell me what happened to you. I done treated you a couple times for this guy." He said, "What happened to you?" I said, "I can't tell you that." So he asked me again. So he asked all the nurses to leave. So he said, "Tell me what happened to you." I said, "I got ran over by a car." First, I told him I jumped out the car. And me and my friend
Still
was
trying to
arguing.
cover up for
Yes,
this
me
guy
and my
and
friend
fight
was
for your
arguing,
child,
and I
yes.
jumped out the car. And he asked me, "How you get the cut?" Then I said, "I rode up on the barbed wire fence." I had to lie. And then the doctor told me I was lying. I said, "Okay, doctor, I'm going to tell you the truth." I said, "But you can't tell." I said, "The guy ran over me with a car. He told me if I tell anybody, he was going to kill my child." And he got my child. So he walked in the hospital. He had my child. He said, "I'm going to have to fly you to Jackson Hospital." He said, "You got to have surgery." I had a 16-hour surgery. So the guy came in. He said, "Can I go with her?" He said, "No, you can't." He had my baby in his arm. And they took me on to Jackson. So he called my mama. And she came out. And they had to call the National Guard Army to go out to find my baby. When I told them, and they found him in the wood, hid. And so they got the baby. And then he started calling the hospital, told me he would threaten me. Then told me if I didn't tell the people he didn't do this, he was gonna get me. He was gonna come to the hospital and get me because I couldn't move, you know. So I told the police he didn't do it. So they let him go free again. But like I said, I wasn't scary. I was trying to take hold up for my baby.
Right, and I understand. That's what I was talking about earlier. A mother. A mother will lay her life on the line for her child. A mother will lay, because a mother. And speaking of that, can I just reflect on some side? And it's from the Bible. I can't recall the exact scripture. Miss Mary, and do you remember back when this lady had wanted a baby so bad in the Bible? And this other woman had a baby, but the woman stole the other lady's baby.
And they want to cut it in half, and she said,
And the
"Don't do
woman
it."
tried to convince the judge that it was her baby, but the real mother, when the woman said, "Well, just split the baby in half," no, the judge said, "I'll split the baby in half and give it to you." But the real mother said, "No, but for the life of my baby, let her have that
Right,
baby.
to not let
That's right.
kill it. Yeah, I
Let
forget
her
what
have that
said.
baby. I'd rather see my baby live than I live." And that's the mother, Miss Mabel.
That's
And
right.
just by you telling this, you don't know what that really means to me.
And when he shot me the 5 times, he was gone out one night, and he came home, and he asked me. He came in. It seemed like just something woke me up. It told me to get up, and so I didn't get up because it was like about 5 o'clock in the morning, and the voice kept telling me to get up, and I wouldn't get up. So he came in. He said, "Get on the back side of the bed." I said, "No." He said, "Get over there on the bed, back side of the bed." I said, "No, I'm not going to do that." And so, and I wouldn't get over there. Some said, "Get out of that bed." It had to be the Spirit. It had to be God speaking to me in that spirit. So I got up and I left, and the voice said, "Get a chair," and hit him real hard and knock him out. I said, "What for?" I said, "He's not bothering me right now," and it said, "Knock him out."
I get it. Yeah.
Knock him out.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
point to do
Yeah,
it when he's not
yeah.
bothering you.
Yeah.
I mean, where you can.
So get rid of the
I
Tina Turner type thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do it. So I left out of the room. I left out, and I went in my living room, and I sit down for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And when I hit it, I come back into the room. I was getting shot.
Yeah, put that on vibrate,
I
honey.
got shot one time, and the blood was warm, and I caught my chest. I said, I'm getting shot. And then they shot me again. And I said, "Is I'm getting shot, really?" And he shot me
I
again.
mean, and there was no reaction behind your body rejecting from like from a blow.
It's like you didn't know you were
And
shot.
not even when you
That's
got
what
hit
it
with the
was.
bullet. That was
Should've
not
All
like
they was
a.
doing was just burning, and
Oh,
and
wow.
he shot me again. I said, "I am getting shot." So I started backing out
Wow.
of the room. So I asked my son, the bishop, the Lockhart, the bishop,
your son.
my son. I said, "Run," because he didn't like that one. I said, "Run." I said, "Run." I said, "I've been shot." And when I turned my back, he shot me again in my hip, in my pelvic right now. But the thing it is, when he did that, I walked outside. I never passed out. I shot a hole all the way through my lungs. My lungs never collapsed.
That's because you didn't realize you were
I
shot.
walked.
that's
I
about the
walked.
grace of the
I
God
walked and
hand,
got on
baby.
my. I walked and got on my own stretcher, and my baby. I heard another shot in the house. All my kids was out, so I was looking for one. And he was in there, and they said he shot him.
Go ahead.
And I said, "Which one?" Because there was 6 of them, and it was his. It was his child. He shot and killed him. And I tried to go back in there. They was holding me down because I couldn't. The lungs, they didn't want them to collapse, but my lungs didn't collapse.
So he really damaged a lot of your vital parts of your body, right? But guess what? You still here, Miss Mary.
I'm still here. That's
still
why I named
here.
my
And
book.
you know what?
Out of everything I went through.
And
I'm still here.
I'm not lying to you. I would love to do a part 2 of this show.
Okay.
I'm about to cry. I really would love to do a part 2 of this show. The time is running. The internet said the time is running, but I would love. Don't even worry about it. You just get here,
All right.
and
then.
I got the show for you. Okay?
All right then.
And but I want to tell you about your books, Jack. People. Okay, people. This is Miss Mary Magee book. Y'all heard a great part of her story, and you see it's very heart-touching. Oh, my God. Got me in tears in myself. And as well as Lady Side, because she's been waiting to hear as other people. And her books are being marketed. Tell them, Miss Mary, how can they obtain a copy of I'm Still Here?
Okay. I have the books at home. They're not on Amazon anymore. But I have a plenty of them, and if they need them, they can call me, area code 601-964-1523.
Repeat the number again.
Area code 601
601
964
964
1523.
1523. That's the number you can call Miss Mary Magee to request a copy of the book. As you said, it's not on Amazon right now.
No,
But
ma'am.
they can call you again at what number?
At 601
601
964
964
1523.
1523.
Yes, ma'am. And I can mail them to them.
Oh, great. Okay.
And
And they'll cover the postage themselves, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, good. Yeah, because you want them to pay for their own postage.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
And
excellent.
people do know that this is a must-read
Yes.
book. I promise you. It should be #1 right now. But what we're going to do, we're going to work with Miss Mary and see about getting this book published. Miss Mary had a little mishap with the publishing company, the lady that did this book. She she has not signed the rights over to the book, to the publishing company. But they're making money off of Miss Mary's books, people. They are making money because the story is so good, and I mean it's just so hard. I mean, you be wanting to know more, but you don't want to know more. That's just how good it is. You know what I'm saying? But they stole her royalties, and we are trying to figure out a way that we can research and find out if the rights have not been signed over to any publishing company, that there should be a law to as they should be able to file charges, even criminal court charges. I committed crime, criminal charges. But sometimes force check before. Criminal charges against the publishing company and get her royalties back and get her book published. Again, people, this is a must-read book. And mothers, any mother, I promise you, I challenge you to, and if you are a good mother, you're going to be so grateful that you were the mother that you are or were to your child, whether they're living or whether they're dead. And mothers that have not done, they have given their child the love, whoo, you still need to read it. So anyway, people.
Yes.
I want to thank Miss Mary.
Thank you so much,
I
Mary.
want to thank my guests.
Yes.
I want to thank this
Mo
girl
for
here,
coming.
lady side.
Studio audience.
And Miss Mo
everyone.
love Miss people, that people everybody that's lady side. Go to that side, we're going to come to the camera. I want everybody that is here, and people get ready for next month. Again, next month.
And the next show is going to be on, is it going to be, which Friday is it going to be?
Last Friday.
It's going to be the last Friday in May, and that's going to be on, well, that last Friday in May, 2021. Yeah. And you want to go on that side with the other audience?
Yes,
and I'll keep talking for a moment, or you want to go over there now?
And this show's going to be entitled Last Call.
Last call?
Last call.
Okay,
And
okay.
it's about DMX. Last call, people, get ready for the next show. And it is going to be lit. It is going to be lit. We're going to have rappers here to give their views about DMX, how they feel about him and his battle and his struggle, his addiction. And I mean, DMX was a good man. I mean, he was about his people. So get ready for that next month. And then we're going to do a show on Lil Nas X, which is following behind DMX. That's right, Lil Nas X. With the devil shoes, that poor, yeah, we got a story for him. Huh? Yes, sir. Come to you next month. So, people, we finna get ready. Bounce over here, Jack.
Okay, so
we
you
gonna
said
bring
it's
lady
gonna
side back to the phone.
Okay, so you said it's gonna be the last Friday in May. That's gonna be May 28, 2021. Around the table, the last Friday in May 28, 2021. Robin's gonna go on the other side to say goodbye to our studio audience. Thank you for everyone for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. We really appreciate you. Again, the next version of Around the Table will be the Friday in May 28. Thank you all for watching. We're going to show you our studio audience and everyone that's going to participation. We'll go to the other studio now. Thank you guys. Around the Table with Rabbit. Here he comes. All right.
Welcome for coming to Around. And we're from the same hometown. This is Mary, and this is Mary. And then, well, the rest of them somewhere else. But people, I'm so glad that Miss Mary came, and I want to do a part 2 on this show here, because there is much more that she has to tell. And she, will you come back, Miss Mary? You promise? Okay, then I want you to bring the preacher boy with you.
Okay.
I want him to come because there's a reason for him to be here.
All right.
And you let him know. I'll let you know what time of the show. But anyway, people, thank y'all so much. What lady, more love at? More love, where you at? Come on. What? Come on, love. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there she goes together. She's shorter than me. In that order, I don't call her midget, I call her smidget. And then I got my girl, CC. This is my personal assistant. She does a great job. We are building this thing together. Again, give a shout out to Baby TV and to all my celebrity stars and all my friends and all my followers and all my fans and all my haters. Hop, hop, get ready. Come on, let it go, Jack.
Get ready.
Let's go. Here rabbit comes, get ready, here rabbit comes, get ready, here rabbit comes. Get ready, here Rabbit comes. Doesn't matter what you're going through. Bring your problems around the table. Real talk for real people. We hop in this world you want. Rabbit is coming. Ooh, get ready. Get ready. Ha ha. Not in that order. See you people. Thank y'all so much. Love, much love. Always remember to pray for your enemies.
It's already gone.